Hi guys and welcome. If you've ever made a claim to an insurance company before, you probably already know that insurance companies don't pay out what your items are actually worth. They want to save money, so when you have to make a claim, they might look for different ways to undervalue your damage or loss. Make sure that if you do turn in a claim and you get an offer that you don't think is going to be sufficient, you do what you can to negotiate a change. You may need to negotiate a car accident settlement or damage to your vehicle from something else. No matter what happens, you need to make sure that you're working with your insurance adjuster and that you're getting the money that you're entitled to for whatever happens to your vehicle. On this video, we are discussing the basics of car accident negotiation. How's the process work? What things you should pay attention to? And what are the best tips to successful negotiation with your car insurance company? Let's start. How do negotiations begin? So, what do you need to do first? If you're looking to start negotiating with your claims adjuster, the first thing you need to do is let them know exactly how much money you need in order to fully reimburse yourself for the money you've had to pay or the receipts that you have. You'll also want to give all of the information you can to the adjuster to make sure you can get everything taken care of. When you send in that letter, you're going to start the negotiation process right away. The first part of this is just you showing all of the information you have and requesting the payment. Then they make an offer to you based on the information. While they make a decision, you may get a reservation of rights letter, which lets you know that they are investigating everything and that they are going to evaluate everything. You're also going to have a statement telling you that you won't get a payment if you're not covered by the policy at all. This statement letter is only letting you know what's going on, but is not telling you that you have been denied or anything like that. You could still be approved. It just means that things are being looked at. When it comes time to actually start negotiating, it's going to be similar to haggling over anything else. Your insurance company will make an offer. You will tell them how much you want, and the two of you may go back and forth several times. Eventually, you'll reach an agreement with the insurance company somewhere in the middle. How does the negotiation process work? When you first talk with your adjuster, you're going to talk about what the strengths and weaknesses are related to your claim. It's also going to mean laying out an offer for your claim to just make it all go away. You can then counter them with something else. Then they can come back with another offer. The process will go back and forth through several different phone calls with your adjuster. You should get a letter from the adjuster to find out what their offer is. You should know that they're going to reject the initial offer, and you'll need to counter back to them. Their offer will likely be much lower than what you wanted to get. In fact, the offer they give you will generally be far lower than you would have thought. You might be surprised just how much lower that offer is. But the truth is that some people will accept that offer. You don't want to accept that first offer. The reason that they do this is that the adjusters know that you need money so you can pay for the expenses that you have coming in. For some, just the promise of a little money will be enough to get them to accept. Make sure you're looking at your offer compared to theirs as well. Your next step should be actually rejecting the offer and going back to a new offer. You don't want to accept that low offer. Also, you want to make a counter and work your way from there. You can even explain what you have for evidence and why you think you deserve a better offer. Remember that you're going to have to come down slightly with each back and forth. You can't pick a number and hold fast. When the two of you agree on a number, you'll sign a settlement agreement and finalize the entire process. How long does a car accident settlement take? You may spend several days working out an agreement, or you may actually spend several months working your way around with a claims adjuster. No matter how long it takes, you want to make sure you keep up contact. If you try to stay in contact and the claims adjuster isn't staying in contact with you, it's a good time to start looking into lawsuits. You don't want your negotiations to fall or take too long. Tips for negotiating with an insurance company. So, what are you going to want to do in order to make the most out of your settlement and get the most you can? Prepare for settlement negotiations. The first thing you need to do is make sure that you are prepared. Keep track of all of the details and information. Make sure that you know how much you have suffered and what it's going to cost to put everything back together again. The more prepared you are to get started, the better off you're going to be. You'll want to come into things prepared and then make sure that you're ready to answer a lot of questions as well. They're going to ask you all about the accident, what costs you have, what bills or debts you have, and what else has been affected because of the accident. Make sure you're ready for this. Know what you want. Before you pick up the phone or submit the claim, you want to know how much you think you're entitled to. Know how much you've lost as far as money, or how much you've spent when it comes to getting your vehicle back in running condition. Remember, this is a number that you're going to want to start with when you approach the adjuster. You should keep in mind also that you're going to be trying to push your point and show just what it is that you need to improve your situation. Make sure that you're keeping in mind your minimum, as well as keeping in mind the amount that you want to replace everything you've lost. Don't accept the first offer. That first offer is not their last offer, and it definitely shouldn't be something you accept. You want to counter their first offer and make sure that you're not allowing them to get away with that low amount. After all, they also know that it's far too low. You want to consider all of the factors that are associated with your situation before you accept any offer. You want to make sure that you're considering your medical bills and any other bills that will affect your finances or life moving forward. Remember that accepting an offer means that you will not get anything else from the insurance company. You want to know what the factors are that your insurance company is basing their offer on. So, even though the offer is far too low and you don't want to accept it, make sure that you find out why they're justifying that offer. You also want to make sure you can counter those factors. Keep pushing forward slowly. You may be spending a long time at this type of negotiation, but you want to make sure that you keep at it. Don't let them convince you to take a lower offer just because you have expenses that you don't know what to do about or you're struggling to pay. Instead, keep pushing forward and keep working at the negotiations. You want to make sure you stay professional, polite, and calm during the entire process. Don't let them get you into an argument or overwhelm you. These can be negotiation tactics that they're using in order to try and get you to accept a lower offer or to have a case against you if needed. You also want to make sure you show that you're patient, but you're still staying on top of things. Consider hiring an attorney. If you can't get someone to answer your questions or you can't get your adjuster to negotiate with you, then you may have to reach out to an attorney to find out what's going on or to get them to deal with you. Remember that it's going to cost you a lot of money to hire a lawyer, however, and you may or may not be able to get that money back in the course of filing a lawsuit. Know the facts. Not only should you know the facts, but you want to make sure that you're telling your insurance company only those facts. Don't embellish anything or testify to anything you don't know for sure. If you speculate or if you exaggerate, it could actually affect what you get from the insurance company. Assume that they are going to find out absolutely everything and be sure that you're giving them only the information that they need. You want to also be sure that you keep in mind who's working for you. Your claims adjuster may seem nice and friendly, but they do not work for you. That means no matter how much you might like them, their goal is to save the company money, not to get you a better deal. Get it in writing. Do not let anything go with just a phone call. You want to record all of the information you're given in writing so that you can present it to your adjuster. Make sure you get the offer from them in writing and get everything signed off on as well. That's it for now. On our website, you can find more posts and podcasts, as well as calculators and other financial tools. Have another negotiation tip? We would love to know your thoughts, so feel free to share them with us in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get the best financial videos for free.